Today, we want to have a discussion, just a casual discussion about what we've learned. And if we could go back to our first 5 years of marriage, what would be important? What would we like to tell ourselves back then? Okay, so hopefully this video will be helpful for those of you that are thinking about getting married, for those of you that are married, or those of you that maybe, just want to refresh your relationship. And so,
Number
um,
one.
number one,
Number one, be prepared to exhibit unconditional love and empathy. Now, you may think you love the person, and yes, you do. You may think that you know them pretty well. Maybe you dated for some period of time, some years, or maybe you even lived together before you got married. Whatever your domestic relationship and partnership is, when you're living with someone on an ongoing basis, you're going to continue to learn things about them that you didn't know during your dating years. So there will be some things that you may like, some things that maybe are a little concerning, some things that you didn't like. So being prepared to exhibit unconditional love and meet them where they are from where they were in a non-judgmental way and showing empathy. So doing that, I think will it help embrace the communication that you have and help your partner to be heard and be seen. We all want to be heard, be seen, and be understood. And so anything that you learned within your first few years that you didn't know, that may be a surprise or maybe something that's a concern, meet your partner with unconditional love and empathy regarding that situation.
absolutely. And, empathy is just really trying to understand the other person's position. And so, one of the things that I realized too is, and we do a lot of coaching and marital counseling and therapy. We're both licensed clinical social workers. And so we do this for a living, but not only that, but we've also been married this year. It'd be what, 35 years?
35 years.
So 35 years of marriage. And so we're speaking to you from kind of a two-tier approach. One approach is from the book, if you will, and from the practice and just the practice in our clinical practice in the work that we've done with other couples. But then also it's from a personal perspective where some of the things that we're teaching in therapy, we're also applying in our relationship. So this whole thing about empathy is just really kind of both of y'all are from two different places. You grew up, in a different city, a different state. You have different family of origins. Therefore, your perspective on things are going to be totally different. And that's okay because that's what makes you unique. That's what makes you strong. It's not a mono perspective. It's a stereo perspective.
Okay. All right. So the other thing that you want to do that we learned that's been helpful looking back is to have regular executive family meetings. So what does that mean? That means you and your partner, you come together on a regular basis and you discuss things such as your calendar, appointments, family events, social events, finances, all these things. You have a regular meeting, whatever works for you, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. Monthly is a long time. We used to do them every week at certain parts throughout the marriage. We've done them weekly, particularly when we were raising the kids. Our kids are grown now, and we had to get one to karate, one to cheer, and oftentimes they were involved in more than one thing. So it was really important to come together and have a calendar and discuss those things that we have on the calendar. So also for financial planning and knowing what the left hand is doing and what the right hand is doing. So whether you all put your money together or your money is separated, whether one pays the bills or whether you have he bills or she bills or they bills, whatever your situation is in terms of how you manage your money, it is important to have communication about it. There's no right or wrong way. It's what works for that particular family. So having a regular, I call them executive meeting with your partner is huge in terms of just really it makes you look good and organized too. Not that we're concerned about how you look, but when you are organized, you move forward in an organized and together fashion.
And let me speak to the guys for a second. And so what this does is, one of the things that I learned early on is that you have to learn to run the largest organization that you'll ever run, a corporation. And that's your family. So your family is like a corporation. And so one of the things that I've learned, the things that I had to learn to do for my family, helped me as an entrepreneur. And so, I've been an entrepreneur for over 25 years. And so organizing my family gave me practice for organizing, the company, the S Corp, the LLC. Okay. And so if you need a motivation to really kind of help yourself take charge and be a willing participant, and the motivation on doing this, the why, I think that would be it. That would be one of the reasons. And I mean, it really helps your family out. You're leading by example, and both leading. And so that's the thing about leadership. Some areas I may lead, some areas she may lead, and that's fine. Okay. So,
Yeah, awesome. And the third thing, and this may get a lot in the comment section,
oh boy.
is your libido will not always be the same.
Okay.
It will not be always the same for you, nor will you always be synced. Your libido will be synced.
Yeah.
So the important thing about that is, yes, your first few years of marriage, you might be in sync. It may be the same, and you may be thinking it will never change, that it'll always be the same, but it will change. The longer you're together, you will notice it will change. It may change for him, and it may change for her. So just be prepared to be in communication about that, to be vulnerable, to discuss those changes, to be open and vulnerable enough to share what it is that you actually need as you're experiencing the change with regard to your libido and your sex life in your relationship. You'll have to adjust. Okay. And in that adjusting, you may be creative with things. You may do different things to enjoy each other, but communicating that and doing it together is how you'll get through those adjustments and changes as you need to make those adjustments throughout your marriage.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's a very great point. And so, one of the things that's helpful in helping, and I know sometimes, for men, your libido, your need for sex may be at one point or at one level, and your spouse may be at another level, or vice versa. And so one of the things that's really kind of helped me is exercise. And so what I realize, as men, sometimes we have like this excessive energy. And so you can allow this energy to dominate you, or you could try to direct it. I don't know if you can control it, but I do think you can direct it and you can channel it. And exercise is a wonderful place, because you're building a body, you build a mind. Okay. If you discipline the body, you discipline the mind. And so, and that can be a way of helping you through those years, because it's not always the same neither. Okay. And so, meaning, you may have 10 years where, you may want it more than her, or she may want it more than you. And then the next 10 years, it may flip. Okay. So, be prepared. And I think, as I'm thinking about this, the word of the day is change. Things will always change. And so you have to be prepared to change. We see a lot of couples now that have been married for 10 years, 20 years, 25 years, and they're getting divorced. Well, what's going on? Well, the inability to change. So you have to be able to change. So things change, people change, job changes. Everything is changing around us. Society changes. Every time we get a new president, things in the country will shift around. It'll change. And that's okay. But we have to be prepared. So we can't say, can't be like that. It was, it was a guy's story about this guy who said, his wife looked at him and she said, honey, do you love me? And he said, what makes you ask that? And she said, well, we've been married for 25 years. And in 20 years, I don't remember you telling me that you love me. And he said, yes, I love you. He said, now, if anything changes, I'll let you know. Okay. So a little dry humor. But so the point is things will change. Be prepared to change. You have to make adjustments. Right. And so, yeah. So a little bit about us and our relationship. And no, that's something else too. I learned from doing couples work. Every relationship is different. And I can't say, well, this is how we did it and this is how you need to do it. No, it's not that way at all. And that is not what we're saying here. We're just trying to give you some considerations. We are saying that, you know what? We've done a lot of work with couples. Both of us have. We've been married now for 35 years. But what works for us may not work for you. So we're not saying that what works for us needs to work for you. And this is the model. No, that's not what we're saying at all. What we're saying is, you know what? These are considerations. Okay. Every relationship is different. The needs in every relationship is going to be dynamic. It's going to shift. Okay. So one of the greatest ability is the ability to adapt to change. And so we're both clinical social workers. So we do the work. Okay. But, I'm a strong believer in, if there's a antidote that's good for you, I need to try it on my situation and see how it works for me. All right. Thank you guys. Thanks for listening in. Hey, if you want more of this information, let us know. Put it in the comment section. Please like, subscribe, comment. Feel free to comment. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye bye for now.